Welcome to the HerbmanT podcast, and I am your host, HerbmanT. And today's topics are going to be about a herb known as cancer tree, scoliosis, multiple sclerosis, and how to brighten the whites of your eyes. Now, if you want to support, it ain't showing up. All right. If you want to support the podcast, head over to HerbmanT.com, get an ebook, get some merch, or you can head over to patreon.com and become a member to get early access to all of my podcasts. And there's a tier 1 and a tier 2. Tier 1 is $7 a month, and tier 2 is $30 a month. I'm going to see if I can fix something real quick. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Right here. Got it. All right. Yeah, those are the tiers right there for the patreon.com/HerbmanT. Right there. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then the ebooks, Detox and Heal, Herbal Cheat Sheet 101, some merch, and a mug. First topic, cancer tree. So Wikipedia, the botanical name of cancer tree is Camptotheca. It is also known as happy tree, and it has anti-cancer and antiviral activity. Now, the question I had about cancer tree was, are there cancer trees in America? The answer to that is, I don't know. If so, it's rare. I know they are native to southern China, and the government is extremely strict on exporting these plants, this plant out of China, because it is endangered. And from what I've researched, it works. Now, if you want to attempt to obtain this plant, you have to be a qualified herbalist, or I would say a high-ranking herbalist, to be able to obtain cancer tree in order to use it, because it is known to kill cells. They say it's known to it can kill cancer cells, but if you can kill one cell, you can kill them all. Now, when talking about getting rid of cancerous cells or abnormal cells, you have to look at your lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is your main immune system and is responsible for getting rid of anything the body doesn't want in it on a cellular or metabolic, on a cellular level. So herbs that can be used to promote the movement of lymph to help get rid of this waste would be herbs that have a alterative action, so red clover blossoms, calendula, burdock root, etc. The next question I had was how to brighten the white of your eye. So the white of your eye will be your sclera. Sclera. I gotta do. Here we go. Sclera. So if it's the sclera can be somewhat red, just a sign of inflammation going on in the body, and it's showing up in the eye, or it could be yellow, and that would be a sign of too much fat in the body or high cholesterol. It could sometimes be like a tint of blue, and that's definitely a circulation issue. Either way, when you're talking about promoting detoxification or removing waste from the body, you want to fix all of it basically the same way. Stress can be a cause of it, so when dealing with stress, you want to focus on your adrenal glands. Herbs that can be used to promote the function of your adrenal glands tend to have an action known as adaptogen. And my camera might die over there. This is my third time recording. I kept running into audio problems. So if the 4K camera dies, I just finish it off in 1080p to make sure I get you the information. All right, so herbs that can be used to help brighten the eyes would be one, herbs to promote circulation to the eyes, whether it be goji berries or ginkgo leaf. herbs that can be used to remove waste away from the eyes, such as corn silk or uva urshi leaf. So basically herbs that help to promote the kidneys to function. They will help to move lymph. The lymphatic system is systemic. Whenever you're talking about moving lymph, you're talking about cleaning or cleansing all your cells in your body. But if you're talking about a herb, a magical herb like this herb will whiten your eyes. I don't know of an herb that works that way, because when you're talking about brightening your eyes, you're talking about fixing the problem. You're going after the cause, whether it be the adrenal glands not doing their job properly, whether it be you consuming foods that's causing your eyes to become inflamed or yellow or blue. Maybe you need more herbs for your liver, such as dandelion root, burdock root, Oregon grapefruit, the hepatics, or the herbs that have a cholagogue or choleritic action. So it all depends on exactly what the cause is, but what I like to do is just go back and bring balance to the body as a whole. So looking at the digestive system, looking at the endocrine system, your eliminatory organs, etc., and seeing what herbs, to strengthen all of those functions in combination with foods such as fruits, berries, and melons. The next question I had was, is there anything that will help strengthen the disc in between the spine? I have scoliosis and I wonder if there are herbs for this. So first off, scoliosis. All right, scoliosis is a sideways curvature of the spine that most often is diagnosed in adolescence. So the spine is curving. And when you're talking about, disc weakness, what was it? You wanted to, so a disc weakness. So the disc itself, it has a nucleus and a annulus. The nucleus is made up mostly of water. The annulus is connective tissue, essentially. So when you're having a connective tissue problem, or there's a weakness or connective tissue issue, you have to look at the parathyroid, and what can be used to strengthen the parathyroid's function would be a parathyroid glandular, or as I would like to say, a paraglanny, to help inspire the parathyroid to function properly. You also have herbs like horsetail herb and gotu kola that can be used to strengthen connective tissue. But ultimately, you want to use herbs, and you also want to use food to help strengthen this, you can say, bone problem. Again, the body is made up of cells, spaces, and two fluids. So you also have cells, spaces, and two fluids in the bones, in the disc, etc. So all these cells in here, they need blood, and they need to move their waste out. So blood in, waste out, blood in, waste out. But the key takeaway would be, focusing on your parathyroid, herbs that deals with connective tissue, and of course, eating well would be a great help. All right, the last question I had, will this work for people with MS? So that was a question under a video I made about herbs for the eyes. And some of the herbs I mentioned for the eyes was ginkgo leaf, goji berry, and hawthorn. But multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis, or MS, is a potentially disabling disease of the brain and spinal cord, in parentheses, central nervous system. So it's a neurological problem, and it could cause problems in the brain and spinal cord. And it says here that the immune system attacks the protective sheath that covers the nerve fibers. So basically, they say that it's the immune system attacking your nerves, right? Well, the lymphatic system is your main immune system, and in my opinion, it's not going to attack something at all. I don't think that's how the body works, but that's just my opinion. But then again, you have 100 trillion plus cells in the body, so understanding all of them is a bit difficult, but that's just me. So multiple sclerosis, you're talking about nerves. Herbs for the nerves have an action known as nervine. Some examples are skullcap and St. John's wort. when you're talking about the immune system, I like to focus on the lymphatic system, which is your main immune system. You will find white blood cells in there that will work to break down bacteria or get rid of or gobble up unwanted substances and then move them out via the lymphatic system. Herbs that can be used to help promote the lymphatic system function would be astragalus root, poke root, red clover blossoms, and many more. But herbs for the lymphatic system tend to have a herbal action known as alterative or even a diuretic action, and the diuretic action more so focuses on your kidneys. So some takeaways from looking to correct a nervous system problem would be herbs that have a nervine action, herbs that have a alterative and or diuretic action. Also, too, fruits, berries, and melons. The nerves are electrical, and so are fruits, berries, and melons. The nerves want hydration. Again, the nerves are made up of cells, spaces, and two fluids. At the end of the day, all the nerves want blood. All the nerves need their waste to be moved away from them. If the waste sits around the nerves will begin to break down. Just as if you sit around your own waste, you will begin to break down, and your function will be disrupted. All right, that is all the time I have for today. Again, if you want to support the podcast, head over to patreon.com/HerbmanT. Become a Patreon member to get early access to all my podcasts. You can also head over to HerbmanT.com and go over to the shop, get an ebook, or get some merch. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, and or night.